A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Robert Peris Auditorium for the Research Week 2024. So, we are again here to start or begin another wonderful session of the Research Week 2024. So, this session is called the 3MT Challenge. So, the 3MT Challenge finale celebrates the exceptional research of our postgraduate students, specifically those who are in their second year or higher of the PhD or MPhil programs. So during this finale, the competitors will be facing a daunting task of presenting their complex research in just 3 minutes. After a competitive preliminary round, 12 remarkable competitors have been shortlisted to present their work in this grand finale. So to lead us with this session, we are honored to have our moderator, Dr. Chamira Edusurya. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Chamira Edusurya onto the stage.
Hello, good afternoon to everyone. So this is the third time I'm moderating the 3MT thesis competition, and even the president can run only 2 terms, but I am privileged to do this for the third time as well. So I would tell that this is not the most exciting because we have many exciting events under the research week, but this is one of the exciting events and we all would like to observe. So let's go into the brief introduction, but before that I would like to welcome all of you to the UOM 3-minute thesis competition. So first we will have a very brief overview of the competition. As you are aware, the 3MT competition has been introduced at the University of Queensland in 2008. So there is a nice historical story, and probably some of you have already heard. So this is the third time I am telling that, but I will tell this in this time as well. So in 2008, so basically there has been a significant drought in the Queensland. So the government has requested by people to limit their shower to 3 minutes. So there was a teen who had innovative ideas, and he came up with this competition. So they giving the challenge for the student to present generally a 80,000 word thesis within 3 minutes. Later it has been expanded to the Australian other universities and the New Zealand. Then by now we have around 900 universities around 80 countries. So at the University of Moratuwa, we started the 3MT competition in 2022, mainly limited to the graduate students at the University of Moratuwa. Then we expanded in the last year to the all degree awarding universities and institutes in Sri Lanka. So this time we have 25 applicants in the first round from 14 degree awarding institutes. So this indicates the true nature of a national event. So we had candidates from University of Jaffna, University of Peradeniya, University of Rijavadanapura, and so Uvavellassa University, Waimbwa University, so covering the whole Sri Lanka. So this is a truly a national event, and I'm pretty glad that basically we have reached to that level. However, we have limited all the topics mainly related to the expertise fields at the University of Moratuwa: engineering, architecture, built environment, medicine, information technology, business and science. So these are the competition rules. So we follow the same rules recommended by the University of Queensland. So the students could present their work using a single slide that complement their research, and they must present all the findings within 3 minutes, and they cannot use any additional electronic media, sound or video file, and the presentations are to be spoken word, no poems, raps or songs, and so presentation are to commence from the stage and so on. So these are the competition rules we accommodate. In the judging, we follow the same criteria. So we have 2 parts. One is the comprehension and content. The second one is the engagement and communication. In the comprehension and content, we see basically how much the research has been presented, and is it covered all the areas, and does it have the nice follow, and all other things. Engagement basically whether the student presented to a general audience, and the body language, and the way she or he present uh, the, the presentation. So we have prizes, certificates, and monetary prizes. So for the winner, we are happy to award 25,000 rupees. The first runner-up 17,500, second runner-up 12,500, and the People's Choice Award for the 12,500. So the another fact with the 3MT competition is that we have the People's Choice Award. So that is basically from the audience. So the audience can vote for one competitor, not more than one. And now we are distributing the ballot papers to the audience. So audience can present one vote for a nomination competitor. So this generally we will have only 10 participants in the final round, but we had a very competitive first round. So therefore we have 12 participants. Actually, last 4 students had exactly the same marks. So therefore we thought to give additional opportunity for 2 students. And so also I must thank and I would like to welcome our judging panel. So yeah, there is no preference or discrimination. I am going with the alphabetical order. So from the Faculty of Architecture, we have Professor Kanchana Pereira. From Faculty of Business, we have Dr. Gayatri Kurupu. From the Faculty of Engineering, we have Professor Buddhika Jayasekara. And from the Faculty of Medicine, we have Dr. Niroshan Lokunarangoda. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation with a very short notice and joining to make this event a success. So we will keep short and sweet, like the academic writing should be concise and precise. So I will keep my initial introduction to a short one, and now we will move into the presentations. I would like to hand over the podium to the Suchitra.
Thank you, sir. With that, we are moving on to the competition. So before the competition starts, for all the competitors, all the very best. Good luck. So with that, we are going to start the competition. The contestant number 1, R.M. Pubudi Dilshara from Faculty of Engineering, University of Moratuwa.
We see many agricultural fields and farms that produce foods, right? Can you imagine a farm that produces metals? Okay, I see some confused faces, and let me clear this to you in this presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Pubudi Dilshara from the Department of Earth Resources Engineering, University of Moratuwa. In the soil, there are many forms of metals, and it turns out some plants have evolved to absorb high concentration of particular metals through their roots. So what if we use this amazing ability of plants to mine metals? This may sound complex, but the process is so simple and is known as phytomining. So in phytomining, like in agricultural fields, these metal-absorbing plants are cultivated in the soil, harvested after 6 to 12 months, and the biomass is used to recover the metals. So now you may wonder why I have focused on nickel phytomining here. With the transition of energy system to renewable energy, nickel plays an important role to produce lithium-ion batteries, which used to power the electric vehicles. So now the global nickel demand is increasing, and we need to find alternative sources for nickel, even in low grade. In this context, nickel phytomining has become successful to recover nickel from such low-grade nickel-rich soil where conventional mining cannot be applied. So in my research, I was focused on such low-grade nickel-rich soil, which is known as serpentine. In Sri Lanka, we have 6 serpentinite deposits where the nickel grade is greater than 6,000 milligram per kilogram. According to previous studies, this nickel concentration is toxic to human health and local ecosystem. So in my study, I carried out phytomining pod trials using Guinegal Palasa serpentine soil with 4 nickel-absorbing plant species which are native to local serpentinite deposits. The plants were harvested after 6 months, burned to produce the nickel-rich ash, which contained 7,000 milligram per kilogram of nickel. So I was able to recover 60% of nickel from the ash. Also, I observed that these plants can remove significant concentration of nickel toxicity from the soil. So this research is the first ever nickel phytomining research carried out in local serpentine deposits. And I was able to find 2 potential nickel absorbing plants for the future phytomining trials. Also, we believe that these results can be optimized in the future studies and establish a small-scale nickel industry in Sri Lanka. Finally, world is now shifting towards eco-friendly resource recovery rather than environmentally destructive mining. So let's use these green miners to explore these valuable metals while balancing a healthy ecosystem. Thank you.
Next, we have the contestant number 2, Vishwa Dulanji Samaravira, Faculty of Applied Science from University of Sri Jayawardhanapura.
Hello everyone, I am Vishwa Samaravira from the Department of Zoology, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. Here I am talking about blooms to benefits. Jellyfish are free-floating gelatinous animals that are often considered as problematic because of their dense aggregation known as jellyfish blooms. Earlier, these jellyfish blooms are considered as natural feature in the ocean. But nowadays, remarkable and rapid increment of these jellyfish blooms have been observed worldwide and cause many negative impact on fishing industry, tourism industry and cause beach pollution. So, to address these problems, I have developed 3 innovative solutions that transform these jellyfish blooms problems into opportunities for the economic growth. So my first one is jellyfish for seed treatments. Here, powders were prepared from 2 jellyfish species that are highly abundant in west coast of the Sri Lanka, and these powders were used to treat seeds to enhance seed germination, seedling establishment and seedling performance of watermelon and bitter gourd seeds. Second one is jellyfish as an organic fertilizer. Large jellyfish biomass processed into an organic fertilizer which demonstrated the improved growth and yield of okra and tomato crop plants, outperforming the conventional and chemical fertilizer. It provides a sustainable alternative that reduces the reliance on chemical fertilizer, and it also promotes the soil health. Third one is jellyfish as an insecticide. In here, jellyfish venom was extracted from several jellyfish species, and this venom was directly used to control insect pests. Additionally, a polythene was prepared by incorporating these extracted jellyfish venom to repel the stored product insect pest. As an island nation, this is how we can transform these jellyfish blooms, these problems into valuable benefits to drive blue economic in our country. Thank you very much.
We have contestant number 3 here, Sakuntala Vipalasundara, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology.
Good day everyone. Have you ever felt excessively tired after exercising? Or have you felt like quitting exercising due to massive discomfort? If so, this is the research for you. The body weight squat was focused on in this research because it improves coordination and because it resembles activities of daily living. 4 postures were identified. However good the exercise may be, bad posture will result in repercussions. 4 postures are: 1. Correct posture. Error 1. H lift or lifting of heels. Error 2. Overflexing the hip. Error 3. ISQ view or insufficient squat. There had to be a method to classify these postures. 3 methods were developed using scientific research. Method 1 and 2 used a method called the support vector machine, which is like finding the best highway which minimizes traffic. Method 3 used neural networks, which is like how your brain cells work. Method 1 gave an accuracy of 93%, method 2 95%, and method 3 98%. Method 3 was further developed to design an interface, a screen which told the participant how good he is. The screen would show the participant the current posture and also show what improvements he should make along with how his skeletal coordinates are moving during the exercise. Remember the queen in Snow White who yelled, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." One day we can yell or shout out, "Screen, screen on the wall. Who is more accurate of us all?" The screen will act as a virtual coach who would guide you throughout the exercise so that no one will ever suffer aches and pains or severe massive discomfort due to bad posture. This screen can be used in the gym or in a home setting, and it also guides the participant throughout the exercise. Do you think this will be a solution to the problems faced by regular participants of exercise? How good are we? Let's ask the screen. Thank you.
Next, we have the contestant number 4, Sutarshini Satyaruban, Faculty of Science, University of Jaffna.
When we think about the colorful fish, what comes to mind? They are beloved, vibrant and stunning, definitely capture our imaginations, isn't it? However, these vibrant colorations are due to the color-producing pigments, dyes. Unfortunately, fish cannot manufacture these color-producing pigments on their own. So, how do they achieve their coloration? The only way is through by diet. However, in the natural environment, the fish eat diets with incorporating these color-producing pigments found in the environment. For the economic purpose, many aquarium farmers rear these colorful fishes and produce diet incorporated with the color-producing pigments in the feeding. So unfortunately, most aquarium farmers use synthetic color pigments. The concern is the synthetic colors are maybe toxin, chemical, it accumulates in the fish body and can be costly. So, good afternoon everybody. I'm Sudashini from University of Jaffna. Given these research problems, we are seeking an innovative solutions to find the natural, underutilized and cost-effective color sources in our regions. So the present study aims to assess the impact of the feed incorporated with the color-producing pigments on the colorations of a selected fish model, the colorful fishes. So the research output is the higher optimum peak level, color level is achieved effectively in the selected color fish model, only 1% of the Palmyra fruit bud inclusions in the diet. Apart from the color production, the Palmyra fruit bud selected sources also improve the growth and health of the selected fishes. The finding highlights Palmyra fruit bulb as a promising alternative to the synthetic color pigments. So ladies and gentlemen, the research identified one of the natural color producing sources, and also we offered the eco-friendly and beneficial feeding options for the aquaculture industry. Thank you.
Contestant number 5, HASS Hettiarachi, Faculty of Medicine, Vimba University of Sri Lanka.
Coconut oil is prominently used in every Sri Lankan household for cooking purpose. When you go to market or the grocery shop, you may have seen a wide variety of coconut oil types in the racks. Sometimes you may have wondered which one to buy. I also had the same question, so I decided to research on that. So, virgin coconut oil is top rated among the other types of coconut oil, while copra oil, which is typically and conventionally produced, has gone unrecognized. So what is the difference between these two oils? Virgin coconut oil is produced in a heat-controlled environment, and the testa, the brown color layer around the coconut kernel, is removed during the production. In copra oil production, there is neither heat control nor testa removal. So I focused on these two oils, especially their quality, bioactive compounds, and health benefits. To achieve my objectives, I followed different analyzing techniques and see how amazing results I have got. The bioactive compounds I focused on first because I decided to know about the nutritional aspects. The bioactive compounds, which are important to get additional health benefits, were high in copra oil compared to the virgin coconut oil. Interestingly, the health benefits such as anti-inflammatory activity and antioxidant activity were high in copra oil compared to the virgin coconut oil. Not only the nutritional aspects, but also the quality parameters which have been established by the Asian Pacific coconut community and Codex Alimentarius were assessed. The quality parameters were significantly different between the two oils, but surprisingly, they were within the standard limits. However, the increased value, free fatty acid value, and the peroxide value indicate low quality of coconut oil. So we analyzed these properties in fresh oil samples. We also wanted to see the storage stability, as we are not using coconut oil once it is extracted. So we stored the oil samples in room temperature and air conditioned temperature for 18 months. We observed that the coconut oil quality, bioactive compounds, and health benefits reduced with the storage time. It was interesting to note that when we stored at the lower temperature, we could retain more quality, more bioactive compounds, and health benefits. So, finally, the copra oil contains a lot of bioactive compounds, but it is not as good as virgin coconut oil in terms of quality. On the other hand, virgin coconut oil is in high quality, but less in bioactive compounds. So, this study identified the necessity of developing a more nutritive, high quality coconut oil for the consumers. And also remember to use coconut oil as always in fresh form to get additional health benefits. Thank you.
Next we have contestant number 6, Varuni Kosgallana, Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya.
Cancer, a word that's enough to terrify even the strongest. Cancer of the large bowel is the third commonest cause of cancer and the second commonest cause of cancer deaths worldwide. The surface cells of the large bowel divide at a rapid rate, being renewed every 3 to 4 days. As the cells divide, so does the DNA within. We know that anyone can make mistakes. These rapidly dividing DNA can also make mistakes. Luckily, within our cells, we have proteins called DNA mismatch repair proteins. These proteins work very hard to identify and correct these mistakes. Absence or defects in these proteins will lead to defective DNA, which may lead to cancer. Around 15% of large bowel cancers are known to occur due to defective DNA repair. So there are tests available to identify this type of cancer, but they are costly and not freely accessible, especially in low to middle income countries. In developed countries, they are mandatory, but in low to middle income countries, it's not freely available. So what can we do to identify these patients while avoiding unnecessary testing? So my research is to create a predictive score to help identify large bowel cancers with defective DNA repair. We'll be looking at simple clues, patient demography such as age, gender and family history, features of the cancer such as the specific site within the large bowel, its appearance and dimensions, most importantly, the various features seen under a microscope. We'll be looking at the tumor cells and its surrounding, like the features of the immune response and features of invasiveness of the tumor. So why is it so important to identify the specific type of tumors? I'll summarize to 3 points. Firstly, for the management. These patients are known to respond poorly to commonly used chemotherapy agents, but respond very well to novel agents which target the immune system. Secondly, to get an idea on how the disease is likely to progress on an individual basis. And thirdly, to assess the risk for family members. So, through this personalized approach, we hope to make cancer a less scary world. Thank you.
Contestant number 7, D.H.A. Maduranga, Faculty of Engineering, University of Ruhuda.
Have you ever heard rubberized concrete? Anyone? All of you says, some of says no. So I will come that one later. So when the cities grows and industry expands, our buildings face huge challenge due to the vibrations and huge heavy loads due to the traffic and natural events like earthquakes. So let's imagine your house is near the high traffic area. Due to the continuous vibration, it will not only create the cracks in your building, it also affects your health from discomfort and also for motion sickness like. And of course, are you comfortable to use trains especially in Sri Lanka? Most of the says no. One of the reasons for that one is the traditional railway slipper cannot absorb that vibrations occurred in a train engine. That's why trains swell side to side make our journey less comfortable. In engineering, we call these loads dynamic loads. While we cannot control this traffic code, we cannot prevent natural events like earthquakes, we can design the material that can absorb this vibration. From that one, we can protect our structure and also people living inside that one. So concrete is the one of the main building material, gives innovative ideas for this one. In that point, the rubberized concrete came. My research focused on adding rubber particles for the concrete to absorb these vibrations. Yes, rubber is good material to absorb vibration, but it reduces the strength. To recover that one, I tried to add glass waste. Glass is the material that can act as a cement in concrete. From that one, he improved the strength of the concrete. Yes, finally we success. After several testings, we prepare the concrete mixer that can absorb this vibration without reducing its strength. So by adding tire rubber and also glass waste. This can has various kind of application. Of course, we can use in buildings, and also we can use to construct railway sleepers for this concrete. From that one, we can improve the quality of the comfortable of the passengers. And also if we can use this material to construct road barriers, from that one, we can reduce the damage for the both structure and for the vehicles. And most important thing is we use waste materials. From that one, we can reduce the cost and we can contribute to the sustainable development of the world. Finally, we prepare the concrete mixture that gives stronger, safer structures and contribute to the greener and resilient world. Thank you.
Contestant number 8, DWDR Chaturangi, Faculty of Engineering, University of Murudu.
The pressure applied on your body while the undergarment that you are wearing right now can lead to several adverse health conditions if it does not have the correct fit. Undergarments directly interact with the skin and exert pressure, which can significantly affect the wearer comfort, aesthetics, and functionality. If the undergarment pressure is too high, it may not only cause discomfort, it may face and irritation, but also it can influence several physiological functions, such as blood flow, nerve response, and thermal regulation. On the other hand, if the garment pressure is too low, it may not provide the adequate support expected from the garment, especially for close-fitting garments, such as bras. Therefore, it is crucial to maintain the clothing pressure of a bra at an optimal level. Using the bra with optimal level of pressure will not only enhance the physiological well-being, but will also boost the confidence of a woman with enhanced level of psychological well-being. by providing a secure field. Unfortunately, most of the women, middle class women in the society today, are unable to experience the comfort of a well-fitting bra because they are unable to afford for it. The trial and method used in the industry today consists of several repetitive activities, including live model fit, which makes it expensive, time-consuming, and prone to subjective results. The aim of my research is to redesign the bra development process in the industry in a more scientific approach, introducing an objective mathematical model to predict the measurements of bra bottom band, which contributes to 80% of the total support provided by the bra. In my study, I identified the parameters affecting bra bottom band pressure, which I have listed in the second part of my slide, and evaluate their contribution towards lowering pressure carefully and sensibly to develop the predictive model. I believe the outcomes of my research will encourage even small-scale bra manufacturers to produce comfortable bras at a lower cost in a shorter lead time. Ultimately, this will increase the availability of comfortable fit bras at an affordable price in the market, promoting health and well-being of women worldwide, including you and me. Thank you.
Contestant number 9, I.C. Lianagi, from Department of Export Agriculture, Uvavellasu University.
Imagine you are in a banana plantation. You can see various sizes of green plants and you can smell a very sweet smell. We all know banana is a very delicious and nutritious fruit, as well as a commercial fruit of Sri Lanka and all around the world. How did you know? You can extract natural fiber from this plant? Yes. Banana is a commercial fiber product used in many industries, such as marine production, mail production, and automobile production. But the problem is, due to the demand of these industries, they are cutting down many plants without knowing exact fiber. Some may give high fiber content and some may give low fiber content. This is wasting time, wasting money, and wasting banana plants. We want it. What can we do? Can we identify which banana plant is giving the maximum fiber without harming the plant? Yes. This is the answer. We have used a mathematical tool called Thesis and developed a mathematical model to predict fiber yield by using measurable parameters such as residual cell height, residual cell girth, leaf length, leaf peak, and also environmental parameters such as soil moisture, thermal time over temperature, and rainfall. Our terminal knowledge on the submodels were developed to predict leaf area, plant growth, and drying temperature. At the end, all these models were succeeded, giving more than 70% accuracy. As future enhancement, this developed model could be implemented through our student, which is selecting the highest fiber legal plant, and you can cut it. So there are two options. One is cutting down the plant without knowing, and the other is cut down the plant, which is giving the maximum fiber yield. Choices was.
Contestant number 10, Lakshita Fernando, Faculty of Architecture, University of Muratua.
During last week, I believe every one of you became a victim of heavy rain and floods. So, the floods have become a major problem. And even though the floods has been stopped and heavy rain has been stopped, most of our loved ones and has been affected, and some of our loved ones have taken away. Authorities have taken several steps to answer this question and to improve the lifestyle of the community. But there are people who are affected and being shattered with these flood incidents more than weeks, months, and might be more than years. Because we have not found the solution to minimize the time that takes for the people to get back to their normal life. So, in my research, I have found the solution for this problem. As it's shown on this slide, using the resilience curve, I have found the solution. In my initial study, I have identified 183 characteristics by reviewing the documents, and those were categorized into 44 characteristics and into 7 groups. And those were taken by 3 group discussions with the support of 18 individuals and also validated with industry and academia. Then, as a solution, I found agile solutions, which is 5 agile solutions. So those 5 agile solutions were taken from 12 expert interviews, and those were analyzed using in vivo software. So we are halfway down the solution. Now, this is the most interesting part. I have combined these 44 characteristics and the 5 agile solutions using system dynamic model, which is a digitized model which has been validated in Kaluthara Living Lab, and this has been developed that can support the authorities to guide the community to improve their agile perspective to reduce the time taken for get back to their normal life. So let's empower our community by making them agile, and let's give them a good approach. Thank you very much.
Contestant number 12, NSASN Senaratna, Faculty of Graduate Studies, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura.
Hi everyone. Cancer. Cancer is a fast-growing, abnormal and uncontrolled cell growth. It acts as the second leading cause of the death in the world. Lung, breast and bowel cancers are widely reported. Chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is the solution to that. Unfortunately, chemotherapy acts on both cancer cells and fast-growing healthy cells as well. Although that risk is well balanced for the patients with cancer, occupationally exposure to chemotherapy is very dangerous. Healthcare workers are reported numerous bad effects with exposure to them. Also, there are specific measures, facilities to handle them as well. So, my role was to identify the type, frequency, duration, level of exposure and factors that contribute to exposure to chemotherapy among doctors, nurses, pharmacists, supportive and clinical staff. So, also, the chemotherapy exposure related bad effects compared to healthcare workers who don't handle them. Then, what I was found, nurses reported multiple roles in handling with increased frequency, duration and amount. They accept the exposure, but they are not much aware about exposure method or safe practices. Also, they reported poor practice in handling and they have less learning opportunities. They mainly learn about chemotherapy from their work experience. Also, they reported increased frequent exposure and increased barriers to safe practices. Then what was happened? The occupational exposure level is increased and then health safety is decreased. So, nurses experience bad effects with increased prevalence, frequency, severity and distress. Headache, hair loss, Skin and eye irritation are very common general effects that they experience. Unfortunately, they experience loss of babies, birth defects, low birth weight babies, and serious bad effects of handling chemotherapy when compared to nurses who don't handle them and when compared to other healthcare workers. So what we can do for nurses? So research team is ready to design, implement and test the impact of an educational intervention to enhance nurses' health safety. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last contestant for the day. So we'll be taking a very short break for the judges to mark their ballots, and we'll meet you with the results at the other side of the break. While the ballots are being counted, we'll be sharing a one success story of the student of University of Muratua. You all can enjoy it while the break is going on. Now let's take a quick look at the student researchers' genuine enthusiasm and what they actually think about the Research Week 2024.
Hi, we are from St. Sebastian's College, Mortua. I really enjoyed this program as well as my colleagues, and also I really love this because there's a nice environment and there was a nice lecture by two of our professors and their team. I really love this program, and even I got a gift because they are engaging with us, and that's so exciting and that's so friendly for us also. And that was one of my best experience at this university and in my school life.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited moment is here. The results are with us. So to announce the winners, I would cordially invite the moderator of the session, Dr. Chamira Edisuriya, once again.
Okay, so I know you want not to hear me, but the results. So let's go to the first award, that's a People's Choice. The People's Choice Award goes to Lakshita Fernando.
To award the certificate as well as the prize, we would cordially invite Professor Virajini Karunaratna onto the stage. To hand over the prize as well as the certificate for the second runner-up, we would cordially invite Dr. Niroshan Lakunarayanage onto the stage. Lakunarangoda, I'm sorry.
So the second runner-up of the UOM 3MT competition goes to I.C. Lianage.
To hand over the prize as well as the certificate for the first runner-up, I would cordially invite Dr. Gayatri Kurupu onto the stage.
The first runner-up award of the UOM 3MT competition goes to Sutarshini Satyaruban.
To hand over the prize as well as the certificate for the winner, now we cordially invite Professor Buddhika Jayasekar as well as Professor Kanchana Pereira also to the stage.
Okay, so this is a most waiting moment, and if this is a star competition, this moment will take half an hour, right? So since we follow the academic writing and the academic committee, we will keep it concise and precise. But with mathematical term, with the probability of 1, I could say that the winner is rest of the 9 members, right? So let's go to the winner of the UOM 3MT competition. The winner is DWDR Chaturangi.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible session it has been. Congratulations to our 3MT new champion on becoming the champion of 3MT Challenge 2024 of the Research Week 2024 of the University of Moratuwa. So, first and foremost, let us extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Chamira Edisuriya, our brilliant moderator, for skillfully guiding us throughout this exciting finale. And then a special thanks goes to all the esteemed panel of judges for nicely conducting the session as well as giving a thorough evaluation and invaluable insights. Now, we are moving on to giving the token of appreciation for our moderator as well as for our judges. I kindly invite Dr. Tharuja Ranadeva onto the stage to hand over the token of appreciation to our dear judge, Professor Buddhika Jayasekar. Now I invite Dr. Chamira Edisuriya once again onto the stage to hand over the token of appreciation to our dear judge, Professor Kanchana Pereira. Now I cordially invite Professor Virajini Karunaratna also onto the stage to present the token of appreciation to our dear judge, Dr. Niroshan. Now I cordially invite Professor Udayangani Kulatunga once again to the stage to hand over the token of appreciation to Dr. Gayatri Kurupu. Now I invite excellent moderator for the day, Dr. Chabira Edusoria, also to collect his token of appreciation from Dr. Udyangani Kulatunga. With that, we have come to the end of the 3MT challenge. Let's once again give a big round of applause to our moderator, judges, winners, participants for making this session an incredible success. But the day isn't over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have an insightful session on academic writing, which will begin in just a few minutes. We encourage all of you to join with us for what promises to be an enriching experience. Thank you all, and see you once again.